In today's lecture, we are going to learn data validation and consolidation in Excel. So data validation is used to prevent invalid data entry into the cells, and consolidation is used to combine data which is available in different worksheets in the same workbook or in a different workbook. So first let us start with data validation. As we discussed, data validation prevents invalid data being entered into the cells. It allows only valid data into the cell. If invalid data is being entered into the cell, it notifies it to the user so that user enters only valid data. For example, here we have student's mark sheet wherein we have 3 columns where subject marks are entered. So these marks will be in the range 0 to 100. Marks cannot be less than 0 or the marks cannot be more than 100. And all these values should be numeric values. If we enter negative values or the values greater than 100, it is going to accept it because we have not added any data validation here. For example, if I enter 125 here, it is going to consider it in the total and percentage. But you can see here the percentage will be greater than 100. So to prevent such invalid values, data validation can be used. Let us see how to use data validation. Select all the cells where the data validation is to be added. Go to Data tab. In Data tab, we have Data Tools where we have the option Data Validation. Select Data Validation. So here by default in the validation criteria, any value is selected. This is the reason we can enter any value into the cell. Now as we want to restrict the values here between 0 to 100, we need to add the validation criteria. For example, here as we want to use the whole numbers, that is the integer values for the marks, select whole number and specify the minimum and maximum value. Minimum value is 0 and maximum value is 100 in this example. In addition to the whole number, we have other options which can be used in the validation criteria. For example, decimal, which allows us to enter the values in a particular range. These values can be with the fractional part as well as whole numbers. Then list option can be used if you want to allow value from the given list. Then date, this option can be used when you are entering date in a particular range. Similar to that, we have time. Text length, this can be used to restrict the number of characters in the text, that is the size of the text value can be given by using text length. And then custom option can be used to add any rule in the validation criteria as per the user's requirement. So in this case, let me use whole number. Then later we will cover some more examples where we can use these options. Whole number between 0 to 100. This is the validation criteria. So the values which are less than 0 and greater than 100 will not be accepted. If user tries to enter the value less than 0 and greater than 100, in that case the error message can be displayed. That can be done by using error. So invalid data error message will be displayed to the user. If we want that before user starts entering the value into the cell, proper message can be given at the beginning. So that can be done with the help of input message, so that user will enter only valid data by seeing the input message. So let me give the input message as enter values between 0 and 100. Title, any title can be given here. Let us give it as marks entry. Click on OK. Now you can see here, if user selects the cell for data entry, before user enters any value, it gives the message enter values between 0 and 100. Even after seeing the message, if user try to enter more than 100 or less than 0, then whatever error message is specified, that will be displayed. Invalid data. If we click on cancel, the previous data will be taken. When we click on retry, it will allow us to enter a different data. This is how data validation can be used. Let me add one more column here as course. So the values in this column should be one of these courses. In that case, the list option in the data validation can be used. Let me select course. In data validation, select data validation. Use the option list. So source is nothing but what are the options allowed in the course. In this case, we need to select all the courses which are allowed. Click on OK. So here, when we select this cell, it gives a drop down list of options from which we can select. If we try to enter a course which is not available in the list, it is going to give the error message. Now in this case, we have not specified the input message and the error alert. In that case, the default error message or the input message set by the Excel will be displayed here. Let me take one more example on data validation on employees sheet. So here we have employee ID, name, date of birth, date of appointment and department. So here the date of appointment, this should be greater than the date of birth. That is, whatever date we are specifying for a date of appointment for a particular employee should be after the date which we have specified in the date of birth. So here we can use the option custom. Data validation, the formula which we are going to enter here is this date of appointment should be greater than the date of birth. If we try to enter the date which is before this date, it will display the error message. This is how data validation can be used to prevent invalid data entry into the cell. Now let us learn how to use data consolidation. As we discussed in the beginning, consolidation option is used to combine data which is available in different worksheets in the same workbook or in a different workbook. So here I have 3 sheets here which has the record of sales in these 3 months, that is Jan sales. Here we have sales done in 3 branches. In the similar way, sales details in the month of Feb, sales details in the month of March. So like this, the sales details are added for every month in a separate sheet. At the end of the year, we want to find the total sales done in these branches. That is, we want to prepare the summary report. So here we have the summary sheet where we are going to calculate the total sales done in all the branches. So here we can make use of consolidation option. So to calculate total sales done in Hubli branch, select consolidate, available in data tools in the data group, data tab, select the function sum as we want to calculate the total sales done. If you want to find the maximum sales done in a particular branch, in that case we can make use of max function. Now in this case, let us select sum. Now we need to add the references of all the sales done by Hubli branch in all the months one by one. Select the sheet Jan sales and select the cell where the sales of Jan are entered. Once this cell is selected, click on add. So this reference will be added. In the similar way, go to the next sheet, that is Feb, and select the cell where sales are entered. Click on add. Once we have added the sales of all the months in the references, click on OK. We can use create links to source data so that with the total it will also add the sales values in the summary sheet. Whenever changes are done in the source sheets, automatically the values in the summary sheet will be updated if this option is selected. Click on OK. So you can see here the values, that is the sales for the Hubli branch, are added here, and it has calculated the total sales. In the similar way, we can calculate the total sales done in Dharwad and Belgaum branch. This is how data consolidation option can be used to combine data which is available in different sheet into the same workbook.